Welcome to the joy of coding.
Hello and welcome to episode 329 of the Joy of Coding. I'm Mike Conley. It's so good to have you here. Going to be hacking on some Firefox stuff today. Going to be digging deep into Windows jump lists and threads, multi-threaded programming in C++. Woo! Such a bad idea. Let's do it. Let's get started. Let me start by sharing my screen. Here's the agenda. Yeah, it's June 21st, 2023, episode 329. I'll start the episode off like I do every episode and remind you that no plan survives breakfast. I kind of know what I want to do today. I kind of know how I want to approach things, but I haven't written any of the code I'm going to write today in advance. There might be bugs in it. It might go horribly wrong. We might get stuck. My connection to my Windows machine might go sideways. Construction people next door might drop a forklift on our house. Who knows? Who knows what'll happen? So just strap in. We'll deal with it together. That's the first thing. The second thing is that the agenda that we're looking at is something that you have access to depending on where you're watching this. If you're watching this on Air Mozilla, check out the details section over on that side of the screen. If you're watching this on YouTube or diode.zone, in the video description down below, there'll be a link to the agenda. And if you're watching this on Twitch, it's down in the channel description. You can find a link to the agenda. And you can, as I fill it out, because right now there's nothing in it, it'll update in the background. So let me start actually by putting some stuff in there. I probably should have done that. And because we're going to keep going. Same thing. Let's keep going. We're going to keep doing what we were doing last week to keep going with Windows jump lists. I'm going to bold that by making it a little bit different. And but before I do that, I wanted to talk a little bit about something else that I thought was kind of cool. Volume control in picture. So I didn't work on this, but I saw it go by and I thought it was pretty cool because I know some people have been asking for it, and I want to make sure that you knew it existed. So in Firefox Nightly right now, the picture-in-picture feature. Let's go to a video. Big Buck Bunny. This is one of my favorite testing videos. Oh, you hear it? Big Buck Bunny. Okay. You now have the ability when you open the video up in
This is Mike
picture-in-picture.
Conley. I am.
Sorry, you're probably hearing balcony. You can ignore my voiceover on this video. But what's important is that there's a volume control right here. This is maybe the worst example, actually. Let me choose a different one without commentary on top. Let's choose a different YouTube video. There's me. Here, let's watch this Binging with Babish video about Mario.
Mushrooms.
Okay,
Everybody
hold on.
loves mushrooms.
Now look, I can control the volume right here
Seriously.
with this volume scrubber. And that mute, unmute, and volume down. That volume control will go away if the window's too small. Like if you shrink the window down, it just becomes a mute and unmute button. Same thing with like the playhead. Like we have these different thresholds for showing different buttons based on the size of the window. But for a sufficiently large window, you get your volume control. And that gives us pretty much like all of the basic controls for a video player. You've got your playhead scrubber, you got your time readout, play, pause, back, forward skipping, volume control, subtitle control, full screen. So that's pretty exciting. I'm very pleased with that the development. So shout out to the people working on picture-in-picture. I'm very partial to this feature, mainly because I helped write the first version of it, and I helped sort of like I architected the approach to it. So the fact that people are making improvements to it is kind of like a bit of it makes me feel good because it's like, oh, good. I didn't write completely unmaintainable software. Like other people can work on it. So I'm happy about that. So yeah, volume control and picture-in-picture. That's in Nightly right now in Firefox 116. That's in Nightly right now. Might roll out to users in Firefox 116, which goes to beta in... When does that go to beta? What train is it now? 115 is the current beta. It's also the ESR, but 115 ships on July 4th. So in 13 days, Well, probably a little over 2 weeks, actually. You'll probably see the if it rides the trains up in 1.16, you'll see the volume control if you're on beta. And then not long after that, 1.16, when 1.16 ships, let's see if we can figure out when it ships. August 1st is when that should hopefully hit the release channel. So if it's got it enabled in 1.16, that's when you'll get it. Link to that site in the agenda, please. Oh, what train is it now? Yeah, check this out if you've never been. Whattrainisitnow.com. This tells you what, like, the releases and the scheduling for the releases. This is all public. If you didn't know about our release cycle, it can be very mysterious, I think. I mean, from an end user perspective, it's probably like a pretty regular cadence of like, okay, every 4 weeks or so, a new release comes out. And every now and then a dot release will come out. But, you know, we do have the release, but we also have what's in beta, which is the next version. And then we have what's in nightly, which is the bleeding edge. And then, like, over time, those increment. Like, we merge everything in nightly over to beta and everything in beta over to release. And then we've got the ESR, which, you know, 1.15 is the next ESR. So there's going to be, like, a cutover from 1.02 to 1.15 for users on the ESR branch. So that's all pretty exciting. And if you want to hear me talk about it, I'm pretty sure I did a talk about the release model during a previous episode. Let me see if I can find it using git grep model. No. Train. No. Release. Seriously? I definitely did channel? Oh, jeez. It's in every one of them. It's in every episode guide. I definitely did an episode where I talked about different release channels. And I don't know what episode it's in. Maybe if you know, drop it in the chat or say it in a comment somewhere. But there's definitely an episode where I talked about the different trains and how I remember. It's how a patch gets into Firefox from start to finish. That's probably episode 270. Let's check it out real quick. Joy of Coding, episode 270. So not that long ago. Let's just see it real quick. How patches start to finish. And I did some drawing. Yeah. Episode 270. This is the one I was thinking of. And I talk about, I draw some stuff. And I talk about how patches get into the tree. And then Autoland and the sheriff. I talk about tree sheriffing. And the trains. So at like 56 minutes in, I talk about Autoland and beta and release. And you can see my horrible handwriting. So this might be interesting. Episode 270. I'll put a link to that. If you want to hear more about our release model and how the trains work, check out episode 270. Around, where was I started talking about this around 44 minutes 20 seconds or so. 44 minutes 20 seconds in. Okay, so let's update that. The agenda should be up to date with those links if you wanted to check that out. Let's start talking about Windows jump lists again. So I haven't touched the jump list. Like I've said, I think for the past couple weeks, I'm only working on this jump list stuff when I'm on this stream. So that's why it's taking so long. And I haven't even touched this computer, this Windows machine since we were here last week. So it's in this exact same state that we ended it with, where I must have done like an HG diff and I looked at like some changes that we'd done. I don't even remember what we were doing. I think we had started to stub out a couple of methods. Like do setup backend. Yes, I remember now. It's all coming back to me. It's all coming back. It's all coming back to me now. Where like I dispatch these runnables to run one of two methods depending on whether or not we're using a testing backend or not. And yeah, what I want to do, I think, is now implement these two. So let's do that today. Now to run, oh geez, what I want to do basically is construct the native jumpless backend. I'm gonna have to document this as well. Oh geez, there's some to-dos here. Hang on, document native jumpless backend. Let's do that first, actually. A wrapper around a custom destination list that implements jump list backend. The jump list backend interface. This is an implementation of jump list backend that actually causes items to appear in a Windows jump list. All right, that'll work. Then what I want to do is I want to construct one of these things in the oh, so the constructor actually does the work of okay, good. It doesn't actually wrap one. It constructs it itself whenever I construct it. So I'm going to just be like, okay, well, jump list builder, you are going to get a reference, ref pointer to a jump list backend. And what'd be good is if, you know what we need to do as well? We need to make sure that jump list backend is, oh, it is ref counted. Okay, good. It's got ref counting. That's what we want. We should make, did we ever have to, in the legacy jump list builder, do we have to do anything special for destruction? Legacy. We removed the observer. We might have to, do we have to do that as well? Native jump list backend. In jump list builder, yeah, we removed the observer, but I don't think we actually have to do anything special with the wow, this tooltip, eh? This tooltip's just sticking around. Not helpful. All right, Sublime, I'm closing you. We're reopening you. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we actually need to do anything special to get rid of the... Oh, maybe we do. Whenever we see us shutting down, we seem to set it to null. I guess before we're destroyed. Won't be available soon. Yeah, we have to clear it out on this topic. So what do we want to do with the off main thread case? You basically need to tell the other thread, hey, start shutting down. We've got an observe here. We shut down the thread here. What did we do in legacy? Shut down the thread, and then we get rid of the jump list manager on this thread. How does thread shutdown work? Like, presumably that's just another message. Like, will the thread, whenever a thread gets shut down, called on it? Lazy thread. Lazy idle thread, I think is what it's called. Shuts down the lazy idle thread, waiting for any pending work to complete. There we go. That's what we want. So we need to queue up some work to basically clear out the reference on the thread side. So we're going to dispatch another event to it before we shut her down. We're going to say dispatch. We're going to say new runnable method. I don't think it takes any arguments. Actually, I wonder too is if we can use a lambda instead of needing to split out its own separate method. Can we use a new runnable? Yeah, we might be able to do, well, that's a function. Can we, pretty sure I saw a lambda somewhere where you could just do it with a lambda. Just kind of poking around, seeing what other people have done. But maybe not. Okay. Fine. Shut down backend. This, oh, thank you very much. I just got a delivery. It's tea. The lovely tea delivery. Thank you so much. Shut down backend. And we're going to say do shut down backend. Shut down backend. There's no arguments to go out. Dispatch normal. Will it be happy with this? I think it's actually like this. I might need to format that better. But I think that's the idea. And then over in jump list builder, we're going to say void do shut down backend. I should really mention that these all run on the IO thread. On the MIO thread. Jump list builder. So do shut down backend. Let's implement that. No arguments from here. And then we're going to say M. Well, this is where we clear out that member. So this reminds me of something. Do we have any structures to make it so that like we know that a member is supposed to only belong to a particular thread? I think I remember that from like hang report child. Hang process hang monitor child. Hang monitor child. I think there's a thing, which is like private. Guarded. This field is only accessed on the hang thread. Okay. Main thread only. Yeah, I think we need to... Oh, I already started doing that here. I'll run or are accessed on. These are all run or accessed on the main thread. So ref pointer, jump list backend, m jump list backend. So this is when we would clear it out. And do setup backend, here's what we do. We'd say like m moz assert not m jump list backend. We will assert that that is null. Then we're going to say new native jump list backend. And then this one, we're being handed this one. M jump list backend equals a testing backend. Okay. Let's see if that builds. I've got a Coke here and a tea in the other hand. We're gonna try a mixture. I'm not gonna pour one into the other, but I'm gonna sip one and then the other. Same mouthful, and we're gonna see how this goes. Horrible. Horrible. I do not recommend that. Let's try it again. Just to see. Yeah, it's terrible. Don't ever do that. Garbage. One more time. Ugh. Some have mixed Coke and coffee. Not a fan either. They've actually started to sell that, apparently. I think I saw a billboard in my city of Toronto for like Coke with coffee in it or coffee with Coke in it or something. What a world. Okay, so that compiled. That's no guarantee that that is meaningful. But we've got ourselves constructing this thing, presumably, if this thread runs this method, and we have the ability to shut it down, and the compiler seems happy. Let's see. This looks like this method needs to always run on the main thread. Just want to make sure that like we're very clear on what belongs in which thread, because we kind of have some mixture here. Okay. What else have we got? So we're constructing this native this native jump list backend. I think the last thing I want to do is kind of copy over all the stuff we'd written jump list. Copy all the stuff we'd written over here. Oh, geez. which was this thing, populate jump list. Whoops. So I'm gonna copy this in chunks and see if it compiles in chunks. But basically, this is all reusable, I think. All right, let's see if that compiles. Now this, it's gonna have no idea what I'm talking about. Which reminds me that we gotta do that bad thing. Not bad, but like this very unfortunate thing where I have to like update this web IDL with this structure, which I realize now is gonna take a while to build. So in the meantime, we can maybe try maybe we can like introduce it elsewhere as opposed to putting it inside of Chrome utils.webidl. Maybe we can introduce our own web IDL. Chrome web IDL. Because like there's a bunch in here. I wonder if is there anything Windows related? Window, global actor. It's like widget. Dashboard. Message manager. Flex. I think I'm gonna create one in here for now, just to make building faster. And I'm gonna call it. What was Windows jump list shortcut description? Okay, let's do that. We'll do that in here. New file. That's the structure. And put the license header here at the top. We're going to call it, Windows jump list shortcut description.webidl. Now, does it need any of these? I think these are all kind of built-ins that it doesn't need to import. And Chrome Web IDL, I think we have to like register it to be built. There's definitely a way to say like if Windows or if not Windows. Let me see here. Yeah, like this. Config. Okay. Ooh. Toolkit. Oh, I see. Okay, well, I can just do this. If config Moz widget toolkit equals Windows, then web IDL files plus equals Windows jump list shortcut description web IDL. And then we can get rid of these build time or these if defs because we're not intermingling it. To do document. Okay. This, I think, will not require us to do like a whole lot of rebuilding, I hope. Let's find out. Mock build. Okay. Let's go for tea. Just tea. With a Coke Zero Chaser. It's certainly better than mixing them. I mean, it's quite a difference. I drink my tea black. I don't know if you can tell. I don't put anything in it. So it's quite, bitter. And then you just get the slap of aspartame sugar, like sweetness. It's not sugar. It's zero sugar. They call that out on the product label here. But it's just a whiplash from bitter to cloyingly sweet, which is what you expect from a Coca-Cola product. Oh no. Oh no, am I having to build all of these things? All right. Well, while we wait for that to build, who knows how long it's going to take. We'll come up with a backup plan for things we can do in the meantime. We can start thinking about, we'll start writing the structure for our tests, maybe. We can start moving more of this over. I know it hasn't started. We haven't even gotten to the point where we're building that part of the code yet, but now I feel more confident. It's all about confidence, am I right? Get rid of the old icons. It's all about confidence. We do these copying, and then we do all this checking. That all sounds great. I think that all still makes sense. We are going to need to import. I realize now we have to bring in the binding. So it'll be, what is it? Mozilla DOM. And it will be Windows jump list shortcut description.h. And that will give us these things. And then after we've warned about all of this, it's about dispatching the job to actually writing these things to the jump list. That should all more or less match. And then we forget the promise and we return NSOK. All right. That means we have to implement this. Jump list builder. Void do populate jump list, right? What was the signature? It's like this. Because I'm creating a new file, I can kind of Clang format will save us, I hope. Oh, I'm gonna need to define what Windows jump list shortcut description is in this header. So yeah, I have to do this. Forward declare. And then we have to actually implement do populate jump list. Which is this thing. Poor formatting. I think, what was the convention I had started here? Something like this. Again, I'm going to run Clang format, and that'll help. But I just want to make things easier for myself to read. All right. Do populate jump list, and then this is going to do all of the magic. But we're going to be proxying a lot of the like a lot of the actual labor over to our native jump list backend. Build roulette, lost in build roulette. Is it building? Oh, we'd actually gotten pretty far. We're actually pretty close to being done, but it's upset because Mozilla DOM Windows jump list shortcut description.h not found. Do I have to say something about exporting it as a header? Do I have to tell it to export it as a header? How do I tell it to export it as a header? So it was trying to get it, but it doesn't know what I'm talking about. Under Mozilla DOM Windows jump list shortcut description. So if we go into the objdir, which one am I building with right now? I'm building with default. So obj default dist find chromeutils.h. There should be in here a the file. Yeah, there we go. See, include Mozilla C DOM. So is there nothing in here? Windows jump list shortcut description binding.h. Binding.h. That's the problem. I needed to update this to be binding.h. Now what do you think? What do you think about that? Now you know how I feel. I think I've made that joke before where I just start going into Spice Girls. I don't think that's new. Okay. There's a lot of warnings. Are they errors? Are they yeah, error. Unknown type name. Oh, yeah, I need to, I think I have to, like, using. Yeah, using. Jump list builder. Right at the top here. So let's presume yes, now linking. Does it like it? Yeah! Pew, 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 pew. All right, so now we can start dumping other stuff in, copied over from this work that we'd done before. So we're gonna look at this do populate. So the first thing that we did after that is we set up this like result value, and then started to figure out how to reject in the event that we hit some kind of error. We'll reject with a result value. We don't need to do this anymore. We don't need to take a lock. We should moz assert m jump list backend. If not m jump list backend, we're gonna say like return. Well, I guess that's the way it is already. Okay, so we can skip this. Here we go. Here we go. Now we're getting into the interesting stuff. We can skip up all the stuff that we had to worry about because of having to manage both the old and the new backend, which is really nice. So now we're going to say m jump list backend begin list. I think this just passes through, right? Like jump list backend begin list right there. That works. And we're not doing the lock thing anymore. We don't need to take a lock. We begin list. What's this? Remove icon cache and get jump list shortcut URIs. Uh-oh. I don't remember this. I don't remember what this does. Okay, good. It just operates off of the main thread, but it's something that we had already got, that we've already got on the other implementation that we can probably copy over. I think we can take that. Okay. All right. So we began the list. We figure out get jump list shortcut URIs, and then we're gonna do all this business where we construct the objects, the native objects. Create instance, start by building the task list. Oh boy, what's this? Jump list shortcut. What's jump list shortcut again? Jump list shortcut. Is that from... Uh-oh. We're gonna have to copy this over as well. Or is this a thing that we did? It might be a thing that we did ourselves. I see. Okay. I don't see why that needs to be static, but we can copy this. Jump list builder. Get shell link from description. Okay. We should make sure that this also is running off of the main thread. Oh, also we have to define these. I've just been dumping them into the okay, utilities. They're like remove icon cache, jump list, shortcut URIs, object array. And then what was the other one? Delete icon from disk. And the next one was get shell link from description. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to like differentiate between ones that are basically proxying commands sent from the main thread and others that are utility functions off of the main thread, but maybe I can document that later. Okay. I think that's all of those helper methods. So we call that query interface. Okay, and then the other one happens. Oh wait, we already did that. We need to actually add the tasks. Right here. Now it's m jump list backend, and we don't need the lock. Did any more jump list manager things slip in here? No. Are any locks? Okay. Good. Add user tasks was also part of the, yeah, right here. Good, 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 good. Good, everything is going to plan. And then we append the category. Don't need the lock. It's the jump list backend, not the manager. And then make sure that that didn't fail. And then we're done this branch. Okay. And then we commit what we've got. That's both of them, right? Like at this point, we've done task descriptions. Oh, I've only done one. Oh, shoot. I got confused because there's two of them. So they're slightly different. So we have to make sure we did this right. Hold on a second. So through each set of task descriptions, ptask array, yes, add user tasks, and then if it failed, error failure after we add the user tasks. Okay, and then we're done. Okay. Then we had other stuff, which was this, the custom descriptions. That's what we missed. Right, and then we go through the custom descriptions and get shell link from description. We don't need to pass the thread anymore, by the way, because we're... Oh no, oh no. IO thread. Why are we passing the thread? What do we do with this thread? Nothing. Okay, good. Whew. Okay, so we're not gonna accept the thread anymore. This is expected not to run on the main thread. But we were passing that thread before, and we don't need to do that. Okay. There's the first one, second one. We don't need to pass the thread. So now neither of them pass. Oh, no, don't pass the thread, gang. Good. Okay. So we got here, add object, and then we have to custom collection. We do this part. Where is this from? Custom title. That's down here. Append category. Yeah, we missed all of this stuff. Okay, so after the custom descriptions, we create a custom array. Okay. And then we append jump list backend append category the title. Yes, yes, that all makes sense. And then we commit the list to the backend. And we don't need the lock. Any other locks sneak in? No. How about jump list manager? No. Good. Good, good, good. All right, let's see if we can sneak a build by. Let's see if it's happy. I have a feeling we may have missed something, but let's see. Been playing pretty fast and loose, just copying stuff from Fabricator, just dropping it into my editor and hoping. So it wouldn't surprise me if something got missed going into a header or something along those lines. We'll see. But yeah, like this. Okay, okay. What are you on about now? JumpListBuilder.h doesn't know what I mean by a Windows jump list shortcut description. Oh, okay. Right. I needed to use this. Okay. Wait, no, I am saying, oh, here as well. DOM, Windows shortcut description, like that. What else? What else are you upset about? That's the same thing. No member named command line to argvw. In line 423. That's from the Windows Shell API. Okay, so where do we get that? That's going to probably be something that's still listed inside of here. From shell api.h, and is that what we bring in? Shell api.h jump. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. How about now? Use of undeclared identifier, init prop variant from string. Doesn't know what this means. What is the definition of init prop variant from string? Is that another Windows thing? Init prop variant from string. I'm gonna guess it is. Yeah, from prop var util. Is that what we need to bring in? Yeah. Okay. So be it. Although I like to, and I think I'm not alone here, like line, what is it? Line 488. I like to double colon these so that it's clearer that it's kind of convention, so that we know, oh, that's coming from like the Windows Win32 namespace, because Windows doesn't have a namespace. How do you like me now? Error. Doesn't know what this is. P key title. Prop key. Propsys.h. Is that another one we have to bring in? Prop key. What have we brought in? We brought prop var. Maybe I want prop key. That sounds likely. How about now? Hey, it's linking. That's good. What you thinking, Abe Lincoln? I just realized there's another thing I forgot to do. We'll do it right now. Which is that, oh, it's done linking. Great. That's great news. Okay, so now what we want to do is, after we construct the backend, we're past the app user model ID. We need to call set app ID with it. So set app ID. Now, how was this done before? Set app ID. It was using a ns string. So I think I can just pass ns string dot get, the dot get. So it's setting the app ID from within the app as is set in the package manifest already. Oh. That is worth knowing. This I did not realize. We might need to break things out a little bit here. Do set up backend. In the we might actually have to do this. Instead of passing the app user model ID like that, we might need to dispatch constructor setup. We're gonna say set app ID, do set app ID, and we want to supply a string what was the way that we did this before? Constructor. I want to see how this used to work. So we'd say it was an ns string set app ID do Jonas Billy do set app ID, and then yeah, okay, just pass in the argument app user model ID. Dispatch normal, and then we should document why this is. And then we need a do set app ID method. Excuse me, that takes a string. Set app ID. jumpst. I've done that a couple times. M jump list backend set app ID a app user model ID dot get. I think we can be a little more consistent there with our casing. What is the does return an H result? What did we ever do with? We never did anything if things failed. We just did our best. Okay. Do set app ID. We're gonna get rid of that. Okay, does this build? Hey, if we're lucky, if we're careful about it, we might actually get stuff to show up in a second. Or at least we can try calling into the new mechanism from like the console. That might be interesting. Oh, forgot a semicolon. Oh, wait, what? 181. What are you talking about? What you talking about, Clang? Oh, right. I want to believe. Greg Pappas asks, is moving the jump list stuff off main thread expected to improve responsiveness for users with slow storage? Yes. Yes, it is. Here is what is informing that. We have this dashboard for... So we collect stacks on nightly whenever users experience hangs on the main thread. And in the top... Well, now it's number 11. You can see it showing up here in the... When was this? June 16th was the snapshot. But, like, this has been in the top... Within the top 15 for years now. Because, you know, periodically we'll write to the jump list. And if the user has a slow spinny disk or Windows, you know, it hasn't... it's not prepared to write to the disk right at that moment, it will just kind of like jank the main thread. And so we know that there's at least some users out there who are experiencing hangs when this is on the stack, on the jump list stuff. So that's the hope, is that this will allow us to have all of this be off of the main thread and reduce responsiveness issues. What's particularly bad about these two is that writing to the jump list will occur like when history changes and the top sites get like recalculated off of a timer. So it will like kind of jank out of nowhere from the user's perspective. It'd be like, whoa, why did Firefox just kind of like stop being responsive? Because this kind of gets flushed to the jump list every couple of every couple of minutes, something like that. I don't exactly remember what the timer does. But, yeah, the hope is that this will make all of that better. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can not crash. So we're going to launch this thing. And then let's open up the console and see if we can get our XPCOM component, our jump list builder. So the first thing we need to do is we need to get at... NSI win taskbar. We need to get this service. Okay. Service CI SI win taskbar. Okay. And then what's the method? Win taskbar. There's the legacy one, and then there's the create jump list builder. So we're going to say create jump list builder. Builder equals win taskbar. Create jump list builder. False. So we're not the private browsing window. So we should now have our XPCOM implementation. And so I can say builder populate jump list. And then I'm going to pass it. What's the structure? Task descriptions, custom title, custom descriptions. And then the structure themselves is title, path, arguments. These are required. Okay, so we'll do one. Title, hello. Path. Oh, right. That has to be like an executable path. And I think it has to be a valid one. Sorry. exe file. Path. I think I did this in the patch here. Path equals self path. Yeah, okay. I'll just do this. Okay. So self path, right. And now we'll say builder populate jump list. First array title. Hello. Path, self path. Arguments is optional, so let's not supply any. And then what else is required? Path description. This is a description. And then fallback icon index. What's the fallback icon index? Windows jump lists icon. New window icon, sure. New tab icon. Let's use 3 for now. 3. Fallback icon index 3. Is that the right property? Fallback icon index, yes. All right, and then we have a custom title, some title, and then another item, another array, right, of custom descriptions. So I'm going to do a second one. 4. Hello 2. This is a description 2. All right, and we're going to await this. Uncaught in promise. NSOK. Hey, look, our stuff showed up. Pew, 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 pew. All right, let's do a sound effect. Let's good. Well, good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Hi-oh! That's right!
Oh, yeah.
Okie dokie.
All right, I'm pretty happy with that. So we've got stuff showing up. We're like, I think we failed to handle a rejection, but it's actually working. Let's see what happens now if I like update this with something else, like hello 3, hello 4, some title too. Yeah. All right. All right. All off of the main thread. Whoo! Dance with me. Dance with me. I hope you're dancing in your seat. I'm dancing. Ted dancing. All right. Let's commit what we've got, but then figure out what this is all about. This is mysterious. So we're gonna close all that out. We're gonna. Oh yeah, look at all that. Look at all that commitment. All right, HG. What's the commit? Create jump. Someone doesn't block the main thread. Yeah, HG amend. All right, I want to now figure out why it was rejecting. So, oh, hang on, double line, new line there. Populate jump list will reject if in populate jump list. So I looked into this like low priority dispatch. I don't think we've got, like, we might want to another time perhaps. Another time perhaps. Do populate jump list. Do we reject with RV? Like, what do we do here? Do we say when we're done? Yeah, at the very end of this, we need to do a thing. We need to like commit list. Has commit equals what? Do commit list build. Yeah, we need we need to resolve it. We forgot to do this part. We release the error handler, and then we say, we did it. We did it. So I think that will work. And then what I'd like to do is split out a new patch that changes Windows jumplist.jsm to using the new backend, as opposed to the legacy backend. At runtime using the pref. And then we need to write our G-test, and then we're ready to go. We're ready to roll. I'm so happy. I expected so much more pain here. Now, that's not to say that things are going perfectly. This is a default build. I might be leaking memory like crazy. I might be failing assertions like who knows. I should do a debug build and do all of this again, and just see. But holy smokes, what a so much better. So much better. Like we got something here. We got a live one, gang. All right, let's make sure that weird rejection isn't being seen anymore. So let's go ahead and construct our win taskbar and declare what self path is. And then we'll do this. Oh, it doesn't know what builder is. It doesn't know what builder is. Get a builder. Hooray! And an array. And now if I say hello 1, it should return me back a list of things that had been removed? URLs that had been removed. URIs to remove. Do Did we ever figure out? Remove icon cache and get jump list shortcut URIs. Is it's going to go through get arguments? Oh, only if there's an argument. I see. And we didn't pass any arguments. So if I had, for example, passed in an argument like arguments task args new tab about blank dash browser dash private window get handler app append parameter args. What the? Why are you opening up in a second view? What did I do in here? I constructed those descriptions. Wait, arguments row get rid. It's just the URL. So I'm going to supply a URL as a string as arguments. Arguments http s://www.mozilla.org. And then the other one will be arguments https://www.mikeconley.ca. Okay, and now hello 2, and now I'm going to have it return hello 1, mozilla2.org, mikeconley2.ca. Should return. Hey, come on. Why isn't it returning me my... So that's a bug. We're going to need to figure that out. What's wrong with that? Did I do it wrong? Arguments. That we will need to understand. Because we need to make sure we clear out those arguments. We need that stuff in order to clear out if the user removes a thing from the jump list, like right click and it's like remove from history, remove from this list. We need to be able to like remove it from memory, like remove it from the history database. 3. I mean, it's doing stuff. Click on that. It tries to go to mikeconley3.ca. Wow. What is happening here? All right. I think I'm gonna call it here. Builder is not defined. Yeah, we've got problems. We got problems. But we're in good shape. I think I'm gonna commit what we've got. We're going to add a to-do here. We kind of documented native jump list backend. We populated jump list builder using the code we developed in the previous iteration. Yes. We haven't done these two parts yet, but figure out why the jump list builder isn't returning the URLs of the previous. Oh, because I know why. It's working. It's behaving. Here, let's do it again. Let's do it again, and we'll make sure it's behaving. I know why. I know why, everybody. I even said it out loud, and it never occurred to me what I was talking about. Okay, so let's construct our builder. Let's get our self path. So in order to have things show up there, you actually have to remove them, right? Like right click, remove this, and now let's see if I put calling for. There we go. There it is. That's working properly. That is working properly. Dunzo. It's working. It's just that you have to remember to actually remove the item for it to show up in the list. All right, so that's done. I want to like basically clean up what we've got here and commit it for review, because we're going to do the updating of the Windows jump lists to use that new backend. We're going to do it next week. And that can be a separate patch. And then tests, automated tests, will be another patch on top of that. So that's great. That's great, everybody. And then, yeah, we want to migrate the new jump list builder off of the dedicated lazy thread and use the IO thread pool instead. Yeah, let's do that at some point. But let's see if we can clean this up using Clang format. So hg mock lint outgoing fix go. Let's see what happens. This was a very successful episode. Honestly, I was not expecting us to have anything show up right away. I thought there was going to be a lot of build issues. I thought we'd have to wait for a long time for Firefox to build, and we would have to spend a lot of time doing a lot of debugging. But like, holy smokes, we got it going. That always feels great when things go faster and more smoothly than you intend. Now, the good news is we did a lot of the upfront research and effort in our previous iterations. We were able to like recycle a lot of the effort. So that helped us move a lot faster here. We're just moving stuff from the original take into this new take. So it's good. Das ist gut. Doing some linting. Don't worry about this error. That's just, it's like, why can't I Android lint? And I don't care, because we're not talking about Android here. Fixed a bunch of stuff. All right. Good. I guess. Yep, that's the sort of stuff I wanted fixed. Yeah, good job, good job. Okay, well, I will just trust it instead of going through the catalog there. There was a change made to Windows jump list that I'm actually going to commit separately. And to test taskbar legacy jump list items. So I'm gonna commit HG amend interactive. Can I do this on Windows? I can't remember. I can't. Shoot, doesn't work. Where are the names of the files that changed? Basically, I want to amend all of these. So, I can do HG amend widget Windows. And these other changes, I'll do HG prev, amend, HG next. Okay. Let's post what we have up as a whip. Just so that we don't lose it in case this computer blows up tomorrow or something. Moz Fab Submit Whip. Whip. Moz Fab's like, hold up, you gotta update me. Yeah, for some reason, Moz Fab update self-updating doesn't work properly unless I run it myself. Okay, let's try that again. Submit whip. Missing bug ID. All right, that's the bug ID. Seriously? Let's see. I think some of my terminal settings got reset. Quick edit mode, insert mode. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Moz Fab Submit Whip. At some point, I'm going to upgrade this machine to Windows 11 or get a new Windows machine, maybe. It might be time, honestly. I wonder how old this machine is. When did I get this machine? System information. Does it have like a manufacturing year embedded in it? But this is a Lenovo. Like, it's got a CD-ROM. Look at the CPU. CPU. Processor, Intel Xeon. So it's from back in the day. I think I've had this machine for like maybe 6 or 7 years. It might be time for a new Windows Tower. To be fair, someone's like giving me the link here. Now it's less than $1,000 you can get this machine. Launch 2012. Get out of here. Seriously? There's no way it's that old. Seriously? All right, I need to dig through my history, but there's no way I got this machine in 2012. It was like cutting edge. And it was definitely past 2015. I think I got it at the beginning of like working on electrolysis. Maybe that was 2016? 15? Glorious. When did I start working on electrolysis? Oh my goodness, it was in 2014. Maybe I did get it in 2014. Oh man. Okay, well, might be time to talk to my manager about getting a new Windows Tower. Yeah. Well, time flies, for real. Well, gang, thank you so much for watching episode, whatever this was, of The Joy of Coding. I think it was episode 329. And wow, what an episode. Not to toot my own horn, but things went pretty well. It doesn't always go so smoothly, and what a surprise. Thanks for being here. I'm glad you were able to witness us actually getting some stuff done. And next week, hopefully, we can work on this part and then write tests. Write a G test for the jump list builder. And then write a maybe we can like mock out, or write a front end test for, write a front end test that mocks out NSI win taskbar. And that like registers a fake NSI win taskbar, or otherwise produces a fake NSI jump list builder to make sure it gets past the right things. Like, I don't think it's going to be possible for us to write a full integration test. We're going to have to test this in parts. We test the part that calls into jump list builder and make sure it's passing the right stuff, and then we're going to test the jump list builder itself to make sure that when it gets past stuff, it processes and passes the right stuff to the I custom destination list. And then I think that's as good as we're going to get. All right, calling it there. Thanks again for watching episode 329. Let me know what you thought. There's a link at the end of the agenda here to rate this episode. Please, I've noticed a steep drop-off in the people rating this episode. I don't even care about the ratings, to be completely fair. Like, maybe I could just drop the ratings. I'm interested in people who might have questions. If you have questions, things you want me to talk about, things you want me to do, or maybe maybe you want me to talk more about the release trains, or you want me to talk about some component in the browser we can explore together. Let me know. You can do that using the Rate This Episode link. It's not just a 1 to 5 star scale. There are actual text fields that you can send me messages, and I'll try and answer your questions on the air. I'll do my best anyways. So thanks again. Have yourselves a great week. I hope to see you next week. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
The joy of coding.
See ya.